Hey there, morning, everybody. Still zombie apocalypse out there, huh? Yeah, international travel knocked down. Soon, national travel probably coming our way where we can't even fly around the United States. And here we are in the middle of spring break. I know that my youngest two are up in Chicago visiting. Will be coming home about 6 days early due to this so they don't get stuck in the Chicago area. I'll be back here in Dallas tomorrow, so babies are coming home in the midst of all of this. And I know that that's the case for a lot of people. I'm part of, I get emails from the Texas National Parks and everything, and our parks are shutting down, so no camping, no, all of our group events are kind of going down. It's very, very scary when you go out there into the world. And, I went out to lunch yesterday, and I went to one of my favorite little pizza places, and it's in a downtown in this cute little place, and there's always a hustle and bustle there and lots of people around the area, and it's just a beautiful little area, and there's just nobody. There's absolutely nobody out. I know that some of the places that my kids in the food industry and some of the places that my kids work or their significant others work are speaking of that they're not even going to be able to make it over the next couple weeks, most likely. And then so many of us are working from home. It is really quite eerie to drive down any road, any community road for sure, a residence road, and just kind of get the feel of what is going on out here in our world. As our world is definitely hibernating right now. And I thought, this might be the perfect time to share some things with everybody, because I just received an email from one of my dear clients, and he was sharing that his wife just recently told him yesterday or whatever that she is asking that there not be any kissing until this coronavirus moves through. So she's just like, don't kiss me. So what does that mean? That also means probably no sex, no intimacy, none of that stuff. And this whole area of fear that we are in with the coronavirus has us really shutting down our lives in every single degree. It is impacting the relationships at home. It is impacting, people's work. I read down that Austin's this came through on my phone, on the emails and stuff, that Austin will not be, at least this, any energy people down, the energy company down there will not be going through and turning off power during the coronavirus. So that's a good thing, at least if you have not paid your power bill, which I cannot even imagine. I am sure that we're going to see, depending on how long this epidemic hangs out with us, I'm betting that it is here until May or mid-May maybe. But I think that we probably got another good 30 to 45 days, maybe even 60 days of this going through of panic and hibernation and just this, the world coming to what seems like an end. And the thing is that if we make it through if it takes a month and a half, imagine how changed our world will be from this. I know that major airline carriers like Lufthansa were talking about that they don't even know, like, this is really severely impacting them. Other major airline carriers are talking about the impact. And the airline industry was already having some challenges as travel and everything has gone down and costs are rising. And now here we have this, which is just basically, taking them out at the knees on things. And, that's just airline carriers. And we have all of the little businesses, the mom and pop businesses, and even the businesses that are the startups and everything, and even some other large companies. Our world industry is definitely going to be taking a hit, including now. What does that mean to us, everyday folk? That means that we're not going to be paying our bills. That means that we're not going to be traveling. That means that we're not going to have the savings that we had. That means that that our life is going to change. There's going to be a lot of people that, come, let's say June 1st, are probably not going to be able to make their mortgage, are not going to be able to make their car payments, their insurance payments, Now, I was out shopping yesterday, and I am the person that goes to the stores that a lot of us Caucasian people don't go to, but I grew up with a strong European background, mom coming from Germany and everything, and lots of friends and family in lots of different cultural settings. So I go to the stores that, everybody's like, oh no, that's kind of like a scary store. I don't care. They have fruits, they have vegetables, they have cheese, they have butter, they have eggs. I have eggs, and I have potatoes, and I have onions. And I know that people have been sending me videos and pictures of all the stores, but the thing is that at some point, the stores right now are getting replenished. Well, at some point, those semi-trucks are not going to be coming because those truck drivers are not going to be driving because there's nothing to bring, right? Because everybody is at home. Everybody is in their houses. Everybody is boarded up. And we have turned our world into silence. We have really, really turned our world into silence from this. And here's the problem with that. All of that, can't fix the world's challenges, the world's problems on this. Everybody's freaking out about Corona. It's neither here nor there to me on that. But what I can tell you is that for my followers, for the people that are consistent with me, and for the people that I work with, and my friends and family, there are things that we can do. Yesterday, I was on my soapbox around faith, and that we are not showing a faith right now, that we are really leaning out of that faith, and we are stepping into fear. And anytime we step into fear, we create illusion in our life. We don't actually see the truth. And when has fear ever helped solve any problem? Okay, that was yesterday. I still hold true to all of that, by the way. Where does fear ever help solve any problem? Fear is not going to help you, stay healthy. Fear is not going to help you, impact the world or help your children or your sisters, your brothers, your friends or anything. What this is doing, what fear has done, is it has caused a boarding up of our world. Okay, a boarding up of our world to the extent that we are now sitting in our houses almost terrified to walk out to our car or to go out into the backyard or to take a walk in the park or anything like that. So we have just literally hibernated. I know that that's how it is here in the North Texas area. So I am assuming that that is the way it is for a lot of the other parts of the world as well. Key facts. Little did you know probably that I have nutritional certification, and I did nutritional coaching for a long period of time. I've got almost a decade under my belt. I still make use of that today with my clients because our nutrition impacts our sex. It impacts our intimacy, the way we relate, because it impacts our health, and anything that impacts our health is going to impact other parts of our world. So I've been sitting around and I've been like, okay, well, what are the things that we need to be doing? Everybody's so focused on locking themselves up and purchasing all this stuff, and that's all fine and dandy. Do that if you so wish. But number one, the fear is causing a cortisone rise in your body. It is causing a lot of stress in your system. Fear causes us to put out hormones that break down our immune system. And when we are breaking down our immune system, then we are definitely making ourselves more vulnerable to disease, to viruses such as the corona that is going around, right? So we are breaking all of that down in our system, and now we are creating space to actually contract. When we shut ourselves into our house and we don't allow ourselves to have fresh air, to get outside in the sunshine, to breathe in fresh air, we are also now breathing in stagnant, dirty air. Unless you have a beautiful air filtration system going on in your house, and you have just changed all of the ventilation in your house out and everything, you are breathing in old skin particles. That is what dust is. Dust is skin particles for the most part. You are breathing in contaminants in your house. I suggest that if you are locking your house up, to at least once a day open up a couple windows and let fresh air move through your house to get your house opened up and let the ion start to change. If that is not feasible, if that's too scary, if you really truly believe that going outside is going to make you sick because you're scared of this airborne virus that is flowing around and that you think that your own backyard is going to get you, then I suggest that you get a hold of some sage. Now, not to go all witchy-woo on you here or anything, but sage outside of what different belief structures use sage for purification and to clear energy and everything. This is what sage actually does. Sage actually changes the ions in the air. It actually kills bacteria that is in the air. So I suggest you get sage in your house, not for a metaphysical, spiritual reason, but to actually kill bacteria in your air in your house. And please open your windows just a little bit, like get some fresh air, or at least go outside and take 3 good deep breaths. Allow yourself some sunshine, okay? And allow yourself to touch the ground. When we touch the ground, bare feet on the ground, or as much body as we can touch to the ground, it's called earthing, and that earthing process allows us to actually absorb ions from the earth and to detox our system. Okay, so what we're doing again is a very natural, healthy process to build the immune system. Our immune system comes from our intestinal tract. And I was out yesterday, and I know I had a client send me, because I had said something about everybody's buying all the frozen, all the canned, all the this, and there's fruits and vegetables still sitting here, like the fruits and vegetables area is virtually untouched. Now, he was at Whole Foods, and that's not the case for Whole Foods, but Whole Food shoppers think differently for the most part. Whole Food shoppers are a little bit, more understanding around nutrition and stuff. That's not the majority of the world. I'm talking to the other 95% of the world out there that is, going out and stocking up on all the other stuff. When we are stocking up on all those other quick foods and, easy to stock foods and easy to make foods, what we are doing is we are filling ourselves with lack of nutrition, with a lot of chemicals that are going to break down our system, that are not going to help build our immune system. Here we are stuck in our houses, right? Stuck in our houses, and what's everybody doing? They're on Facebook, they're on the web, they're working from home, they're watching more TV, more movies, they might be catching up on things in the house and everything, they're playing video games and all of that, which none of it is bad, but I encourage you to look at your eating habits right now. How much mindless eating are you doing? There's a couple different things going on here. Number one, mindless eating is going to have you eating a lot more food than what you actually need. And if you are not out and about and taking walks and exercising and doing the things that you normally do, this whole coronavirus is going to have you gaining weight and unhealthy weight at that, instead of actually building your immune system. So you want to definitely make sure that you're not doing mindless eating. On top of it, mindless eating has you probably eating those easy, salty and sweet foods, high caloric, high carbohydrate, simple carbohydrate foods that are going to cause you to start to develop, this is where diabetes comes from. This is where we actually increase our blood pressure. This is where we increase all the things that we don't want to increase. So being locked in your house does not mean that you have to get unhealthy, but I foresee, psychic me here, not really, but I do foresee that from this, we're probably going to see an increase, a spike of a whole bunch of other things, because people are now eating crap food in their house. They're mindless eating. They're more sedentary, and these things are going to cause us to get more sickness than to remain healthy. We have a choice to be healthy or to be sick. Catching a virus that will pass through in 2 weeks we go through the flu, we go through the cold, we have strep, we have bronchitis, we have all of these things, and we survive them, okay? Now, I'm not going to get into what corona is today. It doesn't matter in this moment. This is simple, basic health. When we lock ourselves up, we are preventing ourselves from the exposure of the sun. And even if you have overcast like I do currently right now, there are still sun rays that come through those clouds, and we absorb those. That natural sun helps us to build vitamin D. Vitamin D is what we need for our immune system. It's what we need for our overall health and for our emotional capability. Without vitamin D, we start to get depressed. Okay? And we need natural exposure to vitamin D. Don't think that by sitting by your window that you're going to get vitamin D exposure. That vitamin D gets broken up from the glass panels, and it does not impact you the same way. You actually need outside the vitamin D, and you need it for about 20 minutes on your open skin for you to actually be able to build natural vitamin D in your system. And then when we are in the house, sedentary life, guess what? If you're sitting, if you're doing these things and you're not moving around, you're not exercising your body, then your body is not getting the opportunity to push toxins out of your system. You need to break a sweat. You need to push it out of your body. Otherwise, toxins that you are breathing in from your closed off house, and then the increased levels of cortisone and stress in your body from the fear that is going around. And fear is highly contagious. Okay, it is highly contagious, and this fear that we have implemented into our world right now is impacting everybody, okay? That has everybody at a rise in stress internally, whether they realize it or not, and that is going to cause us to have a whole bunch of different breakdowns. So if we're just sedentary, we're not actually pushing this out of our system. We have to get our asses up and we have to get moving on things. So to at least, if you're not going to go outside, do some form of yoga, run in place, do 20 minutes at least every single day while you are homebound, and actually move your body, like really get some physical exercise in. You need to feel a little bit of sweat coming from you, okay? Another beautiful thing that I want to bring to attention, I'm actually thinking about, since I love my job because I typically work from wherever I want to work from anyway. So this week I'm just working from home for the most part and working on my book and a whole bunch of different projects, taking advantage of the stillness of this moment. And hey, I've got a ton of yummy food to cook. Like, I'm actually excited. I went out and I'm like, I get to stay home and cook all week. This is awesome. This is not my normal week. I normally only cook like 3 times a week from home and everything. And like I said, I grew up with a mother from Europe, so I have lots of different cultural support in my cooking. I used to do this thing where I said I would cook from around the world. So that's kind of like we're going back to right now. I get to get back into the flow of that. And cooking is so connective. Cooking is so earthing and so grounding. And it, we can really bring love into it. It's a great family experience. So I do encourage you to not just pull out the frozen pizza as much as possible, to actually get fruits and vegetables, to load up on garlic, ginger, and onions. These are the things that support our immune system. Parsley, dark leafy greens, cilantro, basil, those kinds of things that have the micronutrients in them that you need to support your functions and your health, okay? So load up on those and get cooking. Not to mention, the cooking process actually brings connection in. If you're not going to be, like I said, I had a client who just told me just this morning that his wife said, I don't want you kissing me while this outbreak is on. And I can, if one person tells me that, I'm like, how many other people are experiencing that exact same thing? If we are reducing our physical touch with the people that we love, with our mates and with our children, and we are on that much of a guard, then what we are also going to be doing is reducing our happy hormones, or the happy chemicals and the connective chemicals that our brain releases when we are in contact with our partners and with our loved ones. So snuggle, okay? Snuggle. Don't be afraid to kiss your partner, okay? Hey, everybody just brush their teeth, wash their hands, okay? And you're going to be okay. It will be okay. Make sure that when you brush your teeth, you actually brush your tongue in the morning, because all that bacteria that your body has pushed up while you're sleeping, it's now on your tongue. That's why we brush our tongues, to reduce the bacteria that are in that, so that we don't swallow it back and put it back into our bodies. We actually spit it out. It's this cleansing process that our body does every single night. So brush your teeth first thing in the morning. Make sure that you brush your tongue as well. Rinse that out, and don't be afraid to kiss your partner. Wash your hands before you walk out of the restroom. And, no matter what, wash your hands a couple times during the day. You don't have to go all apeshit crazy on all of that kind of stuff. Okay? And allow yourself to snuggle. Allow yourself to cook foods together. Allow yourself to laugh. The more laughter you have over the course of the next few weeks to month and a half, whatever this epidemic is going to hang out with us for, the better off you're going to feel, the more connective, and you're actually going to have a lot of positive chemicals in your system. You're going to boost your immune system. Laughter is key. Okay, laughter is key. Connection is key. We've got to focus in on what our bodies have for us in place. So make sure that you are laughing. Make sure that you are enjoying. Make sure that you are moving. Make sure that you are cooking. Make sure that you are getting some fresh air. And if you're not doing that, then put some sage in your house to balance out those ions, okay? And to really kill the bacteria that are in the house from your locked up house, because locked up house is locked up air, okay? That locked up air is going to damage your physical body. Okay. This disease, this illness, this virus, as it floats around, it is definitely causing a lot of issues in relationship. There are so many people that, different viewpoints, of course, like with anything, there's different viewpoints. It's kind of like it's a political poll going on inside our houses for a lot of people. One person freaking out, one person not. And, that's causing disturbances. One person, the detachment factor that is going on. So many people just being fearful of connecting with each other, not going out. And anytime, I just think, I'm like, Christmas is always a very edgy time of the year for people. The holidays cause a lot of stress. The holidays cause a lot of stress for multiple reasons. They cause a lot of stress because they're the holiday, a lot of pressure on us during Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, right? We're overcast and gloomy. The weather has changed a lot. We are inside more. We are locked in our houses during the holidays with our family, and we're so family focused. We're not getting out and we're not doing things. And because the holidays hit the winter months, there's not as much to go do, right? We have financial pressure during the holidays. Our outflowing money is a heck of a lot more than our inflowing money for most people during the holidays, right? Right? Do we see any parallel to this? Also during the holidays, because it is winter, a lot more people are ill during the holiday season than what they are during the summer and spring months when we are outside sunshine and enjoying life. That is why we are healthier in the summer months. Here we are in spring, and we've all been locked in our houses now, and we have to now we have our stress from our work, and we have to work from home, our work is shut down and we are not making money. Either way you look at it, money expenses are going up. Most schools have shut down for we don't know how long. So a lot of people need childcare, and childcare places are closed, right? Because they're trying to prevent the onspread of all of this. So now children that were going to daycare or school are now home. This means that one of the parents, if not both of the parents, end up being home the entire time. And our functions in life are just like, we are not equipped to be able to deal with this. Everything that during the holidays is basically tenfold stronger right now. I can tell you what, Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's are the top times when people decide to get divorced, when people decide to commit suicide, when people get into actual abusive situations where they physically abuse each other, emotionally abuse each other. It's also the time of the year that a lot more affairs happen. I don't think affairs are going to be happening during this time frame, not the actual physical variety, but I bet you there's going to be a lot of online risky business going on with people because of the frustration, the anxiety, and I would say that I bet you the porn industry just skyrockets during this, and I bet that all those websites, so that the hookup sites for married people are out there, that there's going to be a lot of conversation going on, which will lead to a whole wave of other issues in a few months when this pandemic kind of calms down and people start getting busted for that, or they might get busted during this, and that could cause a lot of tension. Tell you what, this coronavirus has definitely got everybody in a space, and the fear that has been induced inside of the majority of people is for sure a scary, scary place for many people, and it's scary for everybody because it is so contagious. Fear, that is. Fear is contagious. that it will have, I guarantee you, that it will have many people in complete despair within the next 60 days in one way or another. I'm betting financially, emotionally, relationship, and just overall well-being. And it won't be the coronavirus taking people out, not actually the virus. It will be the repercussions of our actions, our fear-driven actions and thoughts around this epidemic. With that, I'm going to be announcing tomorrow, you will be seeing come out that I am going to be having a group coaching that will be happening this following weekend. I've decided that I'm going to lean back into my nutritional coaching and come out with a few things to help my followers, support them through this epidemic, and to help them have the most positive success in their relationships, in their health, and in their finances while we move through this epidemic. So I will be coming out with a group coaching here on Facebook. So look for it. There will be this beautiful group where I'm going to teach you 10 principles, probably more. Right now I have 10 that's popping in my head. 10 principles to keep you healthy, to keep your germ content way down. Things that you may not have thought about in your world that strongly impact you. These are the things that you definitely want to make sure that you do cleanse, that you do put antibacterial stuff with. Things around, our habits, our nutrition, the things that we are touching every single day. I'm going to give you some relationship key points as to how to keep your relationships strong during the coronavirus, and how to keep your health and well-being strong, how to keep your house healthy and strong, so that you don't get impacted the way that so many other people are going to get impacted. I would hate to see for you to be in a state of despair come May 1st or June 1st and have all of this blow over and blow through, and then you walk out of your world and see, the world of Corona, and look at your real world and go, oh my gosh, I lost my house, I have these health conditions now, and I've lost my relationship. There's so much negativity, and to actually move through the rest of 2020 in complete and utter despair. So let me help you with a very simple, I'm going to make it just extremely affordable, so don't worry about that. It's going to be extremely affordable. I want to help the masses. I want to help you stay strong, stay healthy, and stay connected to your loved ones, so that Corona does not impact your world at the level that I believe that it's going to impact a lot of people. All right, with that said, I will let you guys go. I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. If you're interested in following me, please follow me at www.kendallwilliams.com. Of course, follow me here on Facebook. Your likes, your loves, your comments on my videos, your shares of these videos all help support me, help me reach out to others and get good content to them. And as always, remember, you are worthy of the life that you want. Even in the midst of this chaos and this fear that is around us, you are still worthy. You are able to have the life that you want. This too shall pass. Know that God loves you, that your spirit is guiding you, and that you can definitely have the life that you want. I love you guys with all my heart. Thank you for following me. Make sure that you hit the share button, get this message out to others during this trying time. And as always, stop existing, start living, and don't let Corona take your life away, okay? Don't let that happen. I'll catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Bye, everybody.